Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another G87 M2 video update. There are quite a lot of exciting developments on the G87 M2 front, but first let's run through the G42 2 Series Coupe updates first, because yes, that's the car on which the upcoming M2 will be based on. If you weren't following closely the development of the new 2 Series Coupe, you might have missed the fact that some journalists in Europe actually got to drive some pre-production prototypes of that car, and also in just a few weeks' time we're actually gonna see the production version of that car. And also we're gonna get the official reveal of the car in just a few weeks' time. So what have we learned so far? Well, the 2 Series Coupe, not to be confused with its sibling, the Grand Coupe, which is a totally different car, is still gonna be a rear-wheel driven BMW, and based on the pre-production prototype test drives, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of fun to drive. Initially, it looks like the 2 Series will come out in two variants, the 230i and the M240i xDrive. So the first one, the 230i, is going to be powered by a 2-liter turbocharged engine, and it's rumored to be able to produce 250 horsepower. On the other hand, the M240i xDrive is going to have a 3-liter turbocharged petrol engine capable of producing 375 horsepower. So basically the exact same horsepower as its bigger and heavier brother, the M440i. So in theory at least, this should be a pretty fast car. And while initially it's only going to be released as an xDrive platform, meaning four-wheel drive in BMW talk of course, there's rumors that a rear-wheel driven version of the M240i will eventually hit the market as well. Besides that, we've also learned that the new 2 Series is gonna have a longer wheelbase than the old generation, and it's gonna be wider both at the front and at the back. Furthermore, the car is gonna have increased negative camber at the front, stiffer chassis of course, and it's rumored to have 50-50 weight distribution. And believe it or not, the new M240i is gonna have roughly the same size, length and width as the current M2 Competition. And based on that fact alone, you can almost imagine how aggressive the new M2 is gonna look, which is gonna be even wider than before, but not much longer. I think that's a pretty exciting prospect if you ask me. Now, speaking of the G87 M2, let's go into that into more details. A source close to BMW has leaked some information on Beamer Post. And based on the fact that this person got it right quite a lot of times in the future, I'm quite tempted to think that these are pretty close to the official numbers or specs, so to speak. Now, like I've said, the car size is going to be pretty similar to the current M2 Competition, except for the width. It's going to be wider both at the back and at the front. And finally, something that a lot of M2 and M2 Competition buyers wanted for quite a while is gonna happen in this new generation M2, which is the fact that buyers will finally have access to individual colors for the M2. And this rumored has been pretty much confirmed by the news we got last week that the 1 Series as well is gonna have access to individual colors. So there you go. To me, this is pretty exciting news, because I for one think this is one of the biggest drawbacks of the current generation M2 Competition and the OG M2 and the facelift. The fact that you didn't really have too much choice color-wise. Hopefully that means you're also going to be able to choose some individual upholsteries on the inside, but that's not confirmed yet, so let's wait and see. Now, as standard, the upcoming M2 is going to feature 19-inch alloys at the front, 20s at the back, and adaptive suspension. Carbon roof will also be an option, and pretty much all the extras you can fit on your Beaver M3 and M4, the current generation, is gonna be available for the M2 as well, except for the carbon brakes and those fantastic carbon seats, which is really a shame because I personally think those seats are the best seats ever to be fitted to an M car. But then again, we need to wait for official information because this might change. On the other hand, the M2 is looking like it's gonna be the first ever M car to be fitted as standard with the new iDrive screens and of course the new iDrive 8. It's gonna be interesting to see how those will be integrated into the dashboard design, as we don't really have any spy shots or clear spy shots of the interior. Now the powertrain. Transmission wise, you're gonna have a choice between the 6-speed manual transmission and the 8-speed ZF automatic, and it looks like the engine in its standard form, right, not the competition, is gonna produce 450 horsepower. I mean, let's take in all the information that I just told you already and start imagining. A 450 horsepower rear-wheel driven 6-speed manual M2 finished in a twilight purple exterior and with a white Napa leather interior. I mean, that's gonna be a pretty special car if you ask me. And apparently this M2 is actually gonna be the final non-hybrid M car that's gonna come out from BMW. Now, initially I wasn't too excited about the upcoming M2 because I think that the current generation M2 Competition is one of, if not the best looking M cars ever made. But based on these latest leaks, it looks like the upcoming M2 is gonna be a pretty special car, which is gonna have all the right ingredients to become a classic. Now let's all gather around and start praying that BMW doesn't slap the Beaver grille on this upcoming M2. Now let me know what you think about these recent developments regarding the upcoming M2 in the comment section down below. This is it for today's video, my friends. I really hope you've enjoyed this quite different video I put out. Make sure you like this video to please YouTube's algorithm, and I'll see you again very soon.